This is my second pair of custom-made shoes I made, and I am really, really happy with the results of them, or of this one. I haven't touched this shoe yet until I get it out on the ice. I haven't tried it yet. The rubber is real tacky, and it has these tiny, tiny little squares, and then it just has 3 little lines on it, and the texture looks great. And I'm really hoping it could just be a shoe that can go right on the ice and stick real well. And also what I really like about these shoes is it has a nice protective toe cap. It doesn't go as far as I would like, but with my shoes, typically it only comes, maybe half a centimeter past that protective coating there. These are a pair of Kobe Bryant 10s, and when I used to play basketball a lot, I was never any good, but I loved to play against just people at the park or people at the gym or whatever, and the Kobe Bryant shoes were always my favorite shoes. I used to get blisters all the time with other shoes, and the Kobe's never gave me blisters from day one. My first pair of Kobe's were Kobe 4s, and I had bought every iteration until he retired, and they have always been my favorite shoes. Kobe Bryant, the player, was something to be admired as well. There is a few aspects of his game, mainly his killer instinct, that I really admired, and admired it so much. I got a dog named Kobe. He came with that name, but still, it was pretty cool. So moving on to the shoe, I had really pushed it with this design on this shoe. Mainly it was due to just the pattern. I really like to mimic as much as I can, the bottom pattern of the shoe. The designers of the shoe, whoever puts input into them, always has a really good eye from at least these past 2 shoes that I've done. So let me take off the gripper and show you. So I'm really, really happy with how this turned out here. These are tiny little squares, diamonds, whatever you want to call them, and I rounded each one of them off to create a nice little circle on the bottom of each one. And, well, partly I did that so it wouldn't scratch up the ice, but also it lessens the surface area onto the ice that the shoe's actually touching. And I think that's really key if you're trying to get a little bit more distance with each slide. And for me, when I push out, if my distance is controlled and the further I can push out with less effort, I can make a lot better shots. Also, something that just came through happenstance of this design that when I started to think about it while I made it, was how on my cross-country skis, when I ski in the wintertime for a little bit of cardio, they have this pattern on them, and it's a crisscrossing diamond pattern, a lot like this here. And it's pretty cool. I get to see my old cross-country ski coach on the trails every once in a while, and I had saw him at the cross-country ski shop one day, and he was explaining to me why that's like that. And what it is the pressure and the momentum that you're using your ski, it creates a tiny little water barrier or layer on the snow. And that really slows you down. And especially when you're a racer, a really good skier, you notice that significantly. So that pattern actually pulls the moisture out and away of the ski with this diamond pattern here. And curling is a bit the same. You still get that pressure and that friction, and it creates a tiny, tiny little layer of water. Also, if there's any bit of just high pebble or anything that creates a shaving, that will also be pushed out and away from these grooves. Hopefully, this is all just kind of hearsay. say right now. But hopefully the concept works for skis, but it also works for this also. And I don't know, I'm really hoping this design is awesome. I really also like the individual little squares. It allows for maximum flexibility. So no matter what type of curler you are, if you're if you're up on your toe a lot more, this will be great for you. If you're a flat-footed curler, this will be also great for you. And I think I'm going to keep with smaller and smaller patterns for certain shoes because that just it just gives you a lot more range of motion. These shoes are really well designed. It has great little features on it, like this little carbon fiber strip that just grips your foot in there nice. So when you push out, you just concentrate that force right out of the gate. They're really comfortable shoes, and I cannot wait to play with them. Also with this shoe, I created my first custom fitting gripper, and I just used like a vacuum seal bag if you're doing any food saver, and it fits great, nice and tight, easy to come off, easy to put on. I am so happy that I was able to find that. I had just been using generic Asham grippers without the form fit, and they were just a little sloppy in there. And I keep both grippers on my feet when I sweep and use a lot of pressure as much as I can. I'm about to be interrupted, so I'm going to end this video here. Thank you.